So, good morning, good afternoon, depends when you are. I think here we have someone that I can say good morning live. Uh, Shannon, Mindy, good morning. Sarah, good morning. And Antonia, good afternoon. and today it's really kind of special for me because it's kind of vulnerable session today, because if it's something that I will talk about today, I would do first session, would not make sense. But today, because we were together 5 days, you know exactly where I'm going when we will be talking about today. And you will have better understanding, and you can really then go inside and see what's there, and really grow faster and heal and unlock the healing potential that we all have, and you have too. We just never have time to kind of sit with it and really see what's there and what is maybe blocking us, putting us into inflammatory state again and again and again, because we are habitual creatures. And so we unlock this a little bit. And if you have your workbook, there is that, the first page is that you write the letter to yourself, and that's what we will be doing today. But beforehand, there were some questions. I will be doing a question session tomorrow. So all the questions, I'm writing them all down. I answer some of them, but I think it's better if we will have one session that will be full of the questions and answers. So that will be tomorrow. And there will be some little topics, but a lot of questions answering as well. So you can as well tomorrow unmute and really, we just have a fire chat. One thing I would like, few things actually I have here, I want to mention today is we were talking about, using water as a one of the therapeutic modalities. So again, this is might not be for everyone, because if you suffer from really strong and severe Raynaud's, this is not ideal. But however, the bathing and really changing cold and warm temperature it's really beneficial. They use it in the past, because we know that we need to, like, with the vessels, the vessels do a little aerobic to from dilatation to constriction, and this is what we can do with the water. It's as well excellent stress relief. So for example, I have cold shower every single morning. I have a warm shower, and then I have like this, not every time 50 Fahrenheit, but very close to 50 Fahrenheit. It's very cold, but when you're standing there, you have to make so much effort. And this is that's how, after this, it's like whatever's happening, I'm happy, because you already get, it's really good stress relief. And it's good preparation as well for every day. Like if you're doing in the morning, it's good how you start your day, because if you start in positivity, you will as well deal better with the stress coming to you. Because yesterday you asked me what to do when you feel like flesh is happening. That's what you have to do. You have to pause for a second and breathe. Every time we connect to our breath, we are going, even for for a few minutes, we're going to this parasympathetic. It's not happening that fast, but with breath we can do like really almost magic. We can influence how fast your heart will beat, and we can influence all the processes. So it's important to really master the breath. As I said, you can do the box breathing, or you can just put the hands like this, as well. Usually I do. You see, automatically I do this. Kind of, you don't need to do that. You can sometimes hold your stomach and just be with yourself and breathe. Don't think about what happened. And when you see, sometimes you do it earlier, which is something that I do now. And I see it's like, oh my gosh, it's coming. So I just pause. Okay, I don't react to it, but I pause and then I respond. So that's the difference between when we all have stress in our life, and this will never go away. Never. We always will have stressful situation. That's life. But it really depends how you react to it. Not react, respond. how to react. Yes, you don't react. You will say, okay, this is the situation. You will just pause and then you respond. And this way you will not put a burden on your body. And it can be anything, like, situation with your kids, with your spouse, in the work, in the supermarket. Someone starts like being like, I don't know what's, it's everywhere. I certainly experience this everywhere. And I have 2 kids, and like I have to sometimes breathe, because like, okay, what I do now? So it's like, it's life. And we don't want to be in denial, because this is always will be happening, but you have to be master of this that you have. You have to be master of yourself, of how much how much is your tolerance, what are your boundaries, and all that. You must be master, because you have to protect your health. And that's what as well, the cold shower, that's why I'm talking about it today, because the cold shower really helps. Because it's really, of course, there are some contraindication, as I said. There are some things, so don't do it if you don't know if it's indicated for you or not. But what you can do now for sure is having a relaxing evening bath. Now with the water being so expensive, I don't know, but the water bath is really like it's good with Epsom salt. Because that will as well create like more relaxation, especially for some of you that have cravings during the day, has busy day, and you want to improve a little bit of sleep. So this is great example to having a really like a warm bath before you go to bed with Epsom salt. You put 2 to 4 cups of Epsom salt, and this will be, I mean, I love to do that all winter. Not every day, obviously, but this is something is like, yeah, Epsom salt bath. It's good. And really the contrast between hot and cold water. Even actually, there was one Dr. Kneip, and he, do you have a Kneip? The bath. Even I was once in Austria, that when they walking from very hot water with the feet to the cold, and this is how you really you create pumping action in your circulatory system. And that's what sometimes can be too much if we have like really flare up of rosacea. But in the future, this is something that we have to really create, because we have a problem with vasculature, with microcirculation, which is in the skin. And then we have as well, sometimes we have cold hands. I have that too, because that's what goes together. And so because we need blood everywhere, because the blood brings nutrients, oxygen, and immune cells to really the damage and stress tissues. So this is something that not every time can be worsening things, but it's only you have to try again and again, because we need this vasculature really working for us, because that's something that we want to create, the healthy vessels and healthy the vascular, because we know that when we age, still the cardiovascular diseases are the biggest killer, basically. So it's something that we working as well for the future. And back to the shower. So if you have a hot shower, and then maybe you just have a 30 seconds cold and then warm, and then 30 seconds cold and then warm. So that way, like for my face, I love cold. That's why every time when we are in the sea and there is a cold sea, like in Maine, which is very cold, but I love to go in, and I love to as well put my face in it, because it's really, I mean, it's healing for me now at this point. When I'm working now on maintenance. Very often you working on a healing, so you might like, you have to decide what is for you want to do. But this is for future. It's really really important that we have all these in place, because this is a part of the healing lifestyle, basically. Another thing I want to mention is, some of you, I don't have it here, but some of you might use castor oil pack. So this is basically a cloth that you put castor oil on it, and you place it on your liver and lower abdomen, and you will secure it with the ties, and you will leave the pack on maybe for 1 hour or overnight. And I use my castor oil pack every night. Ah, fantastic, Mindy. Excellent. Yes, it's really good. I mean, I love it. I don't use it as often, but when I was healing, I think it's great. And I mean, yeah, you can do it once. I wanted to say once or twice per week, but you can really do it every night if you want. And then make a pause and then see how you feel. I'm using this thing from the Queens of Thrones. She's selling it. If anybody wants to link, I can give it to you. I have to ask them to give me the link. Otherwise, you can find it on internet and they can send it to you. Because this really castor oil is really good. It has been shown to really increase the circulation. And that's the one I have, Queen of Thrones. Yeah, you see. Great. She's doing a great job, I think, because everybody who is using this castor oil pack using her products, because that's how I find it years ago. So that's where she started it. So yeah, so a castor oil pack really are good for the circulation, and they promote elimination as well and healing to the tissues and organs underneath the skin. So, and it's antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, and it has really affinity to a lymphatic system. So it's really good as well. It can improve your digestion and immune function. So it's really good to, sometimes people use it when they have a menstrual, irregularities or a fibroid cyst or a ovarial cyst. There's so many, but as well for our liver, this is really good because we have to protect the liver and feed the gut, as you know from this week. And this is one of the way protecting the liver. How you protect the liver? Again, I recap quickly. You have to take out the toxins, so the sugars, the gluten, the dairies very often, the alcohol. That's how you protect the liver. Then what you put instead, you put all the detoxifying vegetables, like the cruciferous vegetables, the broccoli, the cauliflower, the arugula. If you Google, I can post it as well in the group if you want, detoxifying the cruciferous vegetables. I can put it today in the Facebook group. So you have the list and you always put it on your plate because it's good. Some of you might be have a bloating after that. It's very common and this can happen. You just have to maybe pause on it or have one little piece of broccoli and then just go back because you need to have this in a system. Same it with fermented cabbage as well with the sauerkraut. Some of you, if you have sauerkraut, you will be bloated. It's because you need to heal the gut. It's a good indicator, actually. If you have some fermented food and you feel bloated, that means that you need to work on your gut, healing the gut. And that's what I had to do. Like I grew up with sauerkraut, from Prague originally, and we had sauerkraut all winter because that's what you do. We we do in a big jar every autumn. We would do the cabbage and then you eat it all winter. And I was never bloated, but then I developed this thing as a gift. And I had to work on myself and see, okay, so I have SIBO and I had this. So it's a journey, and you have to, that's why you have to always tune in and see, oh, what's there? Okay, I can't have this. Why? And again, you see that it's like a roadmap, it's a journey. And it's not like yes and no food. Some food are no, like sugar is no, alcohol is no, processed food is no. But all these nuances, other nuances, if you cannot have, sauerkraut now, you can have it in 3 months. It's not a big deal. And then you have benefits from the gut microbes later on. So that's that. And so that's protecting the liver, taking out, having the vegetables, doing the castor oil pack, and things like that. Then really can help you protect the liver. There was discussion about the lemon. Again, Sarah is here. She can tell you that. I just want to tell you that for this is half a liter. I really use just a few drops of lemon. I don't use half a lemon because yes, it will really be not good for your dental health. But I would just, it's just the little amount that's enough for you to work on digestion, kind of in the morning. So you don't need to be, of course, if someone you cannot have a lemon, then obviously you cannot have lemon. Instead you can have apple cider vinegar. That's good before every meal. If you have tendency to spike, like to have, the afternoon slump in the afternoon, after meal, you're tired. This is really good. Try to do the apple cider vinegar before each meal with the water, because that will kind of balance the blood sugar. Otherwise, I really do a few drops of lemon in this glass and it's fine. I don't have cavities now for, I don't know, a decade or so. I mean, it's just my anecdotal experience to tell you about this lemon. But yes, there are some for sure. You can, if you speak with dentists, you'll say, oh, no lemon, obviously, because it can really be not good for the dental health. But we're talking about very small amount of lemon. Okay. Another one that I have here is, you asked me as well, and I want to mention this, is about teas. So if you are, sometimes people are really sensitive to caffeine, and the caffeine is not only in coffee, but it's in black tea, green tea, all these teas. It's really the best to just put aside, because it's an aggravate. It can really create more bad than good. And instead, you can create your detox tea. What is detox tea? What is good for liver is dandelion, milk thistle, nettle, and burdock. These four, you can either put it together or you can have it separate. You have to see how you like the taste, because in the beginning you might be wondering why you have to drink this, because it tastes really so bad. But trust me, it will really help you to feeling good and detoxify. And especially if you like to, for example, have a just mild sauna, which I love. I would go red in sauna, but I know that the redness will go away, and I supported the detoxification, because with the sweat, all goes away. And so when you are loving sauna now in the winter months, this is the best way to do it, just before you go there, like 15 minutes, 20 minutes before. Have this. You can only drink dandelion alone. You can drink milk thistle alone. You can drink burdock alone, or nettle. Nettle, interestingly enough, when we were living in New Jersey, I couldn't find it anywhere. Like, it's usually by the road, and there were no nettles. So I was really, that was something that I never realized, that I would not find nettle in the New Jersey, but that was that was the case. And here in the UK, the nettles are everywhere, in every road, so you can collect it yourself. Same with dandelion. Dandelion are great as well as a salad, but the tea, you can have either root or the green leaves. And all these herbs are really good for the liver health. So that's another thing that you can protect the liver. And then last thing I like to mention is that very often we drink a lot of water. So a lot of what is more common is people are dehydrated. So they are hungry, and very often they not hungry, they just dehydrated. So drinking water is definitely a good idea, but very often we need to have some more electrolytes, which will be good if we put a little bit of sea salt, and you can put some lemon as well. And some people, they put stevia in it. I find like you just get used to it, and this will really that help as well to really have the electrolyte in. You can help that to get some electrolyte in the body, because it's very important. We have to make sure we don't have nutrient deficiencies, and all these minerals and all these not only vitamins that are really important for all these enzymatic reaction in the body. So we have to make sure that we have that in place. So what's happening in the chat? Let's see. Yeah, that's great that you're using it every night. That's good. For how long are you using it, Mindy, if I may ask?
I believe I started I look, I wrote it down. I think it was at the beginning of February when I got it, if I remember correctly.
Ah, you mean this, so like 1 month or?
Yes, it was the beginning of February because I wrote it down. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Great. So
Yes.
yeah, so you're starting kind of. Great.
Yes.
How you feel about the whole thing?
I
Use
really like it so far. I really do. I mean, it's something to get used to, when you've never done it before. And just, I'm still, trying to just play around with some of the ratios. I think in the
yes,
beginning I was maybe using a little too much. So I'm like, but I'm like, okay, we can do a little less now, because it gets pretty saturated after a while. So
yes,
yeah,
yes. Okay, good.
yeah. But
Excellent.
yes. Hmm.
Thank you for sharing. It's it's like it's what I mean that we grow together because like you all have experience that needs to be shared. So and now you're asking, I made bread using tiger nut flour. Honestly, I never used tiger nut flour, so I can't give you answer on that, but I can have a look in science if there is some relations to relationship with rosacea and give you some thoughts on it. I can do that for tomorrow if that's okay. I know that, but I didn't use it myself, so I can't give you my own personal experience on it, but it's something that I can look because always if you don't know something, you learn, right? And
Yeah.
now, yeah,
I just want to say thank you. I appreciate that. So
no, of course, yeah. I mean, that's why I'm here. And now we do something that is really, it's just, you might think, as I said, if I do this first lesson, you might think, what she's talking about. I want to get rid of rosacea. But you know now that's a different story. You know that rosacea is a gift, is a how whatever you want to call it. Rosacea is something that is showing you the way. It's the entry point to have really deeper conversation in your body, and that's why it's a sign of the disbalance. Something is off in the body, and that's how we should approach any disease. And we know it from the some of the cancer patients. They live their life, they're abusing the body, then they have cancer, and then they get rid of they change their life, like it's so big message. You say, oh my gosh. And sometimes they save their life as well because they change completely everything that was like nonsense for the body to do it that way. So we know that this is the way we have to walk. And as I said, sometimes we need medicine, we need antibiotics, we need to treat the parasites if they are, we need to do things for if we have candida. But this, what we're doing here, we just kind of creating this alongside with the medicine, something that this will be foundation for you from now on for life. And some of you that join the program, we just carry on in this realm and really create like such a comprehensive toolbox for you that exactly, you will know your body so well that whatever comes in the future, you will know what to do with it. And that's basically why we're doing this today. And I really love to thank you that I don't know if you realize that you you are doing so well that you joined this workshop because you are brave, because you commit to this. And I'm not sure if you realize it, so I want to share I want to share it with you this, because majority of rosacea patients will never have the bravery and courage and self-love to commit to this workshop. Like they would not, they would rather be complaining and would see it as a wound and see it as their victims, and they would not be able to do the first step and go to explore these waters that are not familiar, and maybe you have to deal with things that are not comfortable. So I really want to start giving you really big kudos and hug and congratulations that you already with me here 5 days. And I remember when I did my journey, I told you before, it was my biggest like doctor's ego death because I always thought that, I can tell you what to do and I can like manage things. No, we cannot manage anything. We have to manage our own body. And of course, we can thanks God to surgeons that they can operate on, appendix. I am happy to help someone who is blind from cataract and I remove the lens and his job is done. But with chronic disease like rosacea, it's something that we have to work on many levels, from the top, from the soul. Like, what are relationships? What is it that I'm doing bad, that I'm always putting all these things in place, that I slide into the inflammatory state? Because it's all we know, that it's the vagus nerve. Maybe you heard about it, that it's really, we have to, it influencing everything. So we have to be on this parasympathetic mode more than the sympathetic. So that's why I want to really acknowledge that, because you're here this 5 days, you are expressing a faith, you're expressing the belief, you're expressing the hope for a really positive expectation for the future. And I just want that you meditate on it a little bit, like what it means, positive expectation for the future. If you will be in this mindset, like, yes, maybe I can heal. This is already healing. We know that compassion can heal. Like the Dr. Ratkin wrote a book about it. There are studies when the doctor tell you a bad message badly, and it will have much more deeper impact on your physiology if actually they did three comparison. The doctor was rude and tell the message really badly, then there was no message, and then the doctor said the bad message with compassion. So, and when they compared the physiology, they could see that these people, they healed faster, and they had just less harm, whatever they was testing for, some inflammatory markers, than those people who have that message really delivered so bad. So you have this potential, because you are here, and you you are here the 6th day, or so it's a really big kudos to you. And that's what I want to go now. And I want for you to really reflect for all. That's why you have the page in the workbook, that really just look back and reflect all the things that you've been through in life, and that really equipped you to become the person that can have this capacity to live this authentic life. And authentic life means that you will be in sync with all this is happening with you, and you will have the capacity to really do the healing, because the healing journey can be a long journey. In our case, I told you, took me 10 months. I know people that in 8 weeks they just change the diet, and they it's clear. For some people, I have lady that she just stopped drinking alcohol, and her face just cleared up, because the alcohol was triggering her kind of metabolic health and the liver health. So it's all different. And so never, I just want to share here, never compare yourself with others, because you don't know where they're starting from, you don't know what they going through. Just always focus on yourself. And that's why and that's why I really admire you, that you are here, you're doing the steps, because majority of people, they look at their life and they see all the struggles, and they look at their, when they got hurt, and the pain and setbacks, and they ended up wounded. And from this place, we can never heal. Like, we can never heal. So I always cry because it's just, I guess because I went through this, I don't know, it's just emotional for me, sorry. But I just want you to really really reflect, like, how much you made, and like how amazing you are, and celebrate yourself. And I really want you to write it down. And that's the first thing. Really write down what amazing things you made, and you create, and you went through, and you came up as this person that really have capacity to heal. And now, when you do that in a piece, I want to do second thing, and that is be in this positive realm, because we know that even if the world is not ideal, if we more positive, we will overall feel better. So I just want you to really write to yourself, and I want you to see the beauty. I want you to see the strength and possibility, and because you can do that. Oh my gosh. Sorry about that. Um, I don't know how to explain, how to put in words that when you will find yourself and you will realize how much you can learn from this gift that we have. And the last thing I want to say is that really be good to yourself, whatever, and do the high five every morning, whatever it is that you feel, and always try to work and see the beauty. Whatever difficult day we will have, that's why you please try to find a space and write a letter for you, because you can always come back and add more, because only from this place, when we see the beauty, when we see the possibilities, when we write this for ourselves, we can really overcome a lot and really put things in place, put a body into balance. Maybe for some of you, healing will take longer. I don't know. I don't have crystal ball. I don't have answers to all of these questions that you might have. But I know one thing, that I know that if you start working from this, from abundance, from the place when you know that your life is precious and you will be thankful for it every day, and you will do your best to your knowledge that we know now, that we know that we have to work on our gut, we know that we have to protect the liver and work on the liver, we know that our brain, the mindset, is absolutely critical. That's what I mean, that we have to come out from this victim state, like, being hurt. And it is hard. I was there too. I was victim all my life. And we have to just shift from that and go to this place where we can imagine that we can actually have a clear face again. I hope this was helpful in this way, because we can do that. You can do that. I've seen it so many times, and therefore I wanted to do this exercise with you. I didn't want to cry, obviously. But I just want that you begin to envision the future version of yourself that is healthier, and like, you have to know that that's possible, and you have to feel it, you have to believe it. And you might think like, these are just words. Yes, they are words, but if you will be having this mindset, trust me, you will remember when the stress will come to you, you will have completely different response if you will be operating from the space of a victim state, that you will feel hurt, oh, he did it again to me. No, we don't want to be there, because this is just creating more symptoms and more disease after time. So that's why we have to be strong, start every day doing little exercise, one after another, always focusing on one thing, and really start from there. But today I really want that you just empower yourself and write something that just put a fire in your body, that you can do that, because you can do that. And we know it's only a question of time when we have more answers. And that's why I love the cutting edge, because the functional medicine is cutting edge. Even some of my colleagues are like not aware of that. And I don't judge anyone, because if I didn't have rosacea myself, I would never be that open. I would never be that humble. Because we as a doctors, we have tendency to be a little bit of, I don't, again, we know better, as I said before, that we know better your body than yourself. And this is not true. And I found that to be true for me as well, as a doctor, as well as a patient. So it's something that we have to work on all the time. And it's something that there is no magic bullet. There's only the daily practice that we have to do every single day. Start in the morning, say thank you, then have the water with either apple cider vinegar or lemon, and go from there. And always start with the positivity, because it's the only way where we can imagine that your body is a chemistry. So if you are in this wounded space, you only the body can the brain doesn't know what's happening. It's just responding to your thoughts. And so it will create all the potential, inflammatory chemicals that will create more inflammation. If we are operating from this positive, from this beautiful place, and whatever circumstances, that's why I told you, love your skin, whatever, doesn't matter what, no matter what. That's where we're operating from this place. We have a chance to creating, all these good stuff that goes into the blood and creates more healing, creates less inflammation. And so I hope you see the two states. We want to be more in this one, and this is where we go from the stress, the the sympathetic system, to the parasympathetic. Parasympathetic is we have to learn how to breathe, especially those who has flashing. We have to work on the liver health, we have to work on the gut health, but the mind is huge. Our thoughts, how we easily we stress, it's all really kind of goes again to the sympathetic, and we don't want that, because that creates more inflammatory markers, high cortisol, and this is not the heal. This we can never heal if we are in this state, whatever, especially not with rosacea, for sure not. One more thing I want to mention as well is with supplements. I will talk about it more tomorrow because there's have more questions about that. But just I want to tell you today that I mentioned it actually before, but supplements can be really tricky. And I think as you told me, you sent me the articles, Sarah, about the B vitamins, and this is classic example when when we have some enzyme defection, enzyme problems, we cannot process and metabolize all these bolus of things that we receive in the body. So when we, for example, people using melatonin, this is not example especially to rosacea, but I use it as an example because it's classic example now. Everybody using melatonin, but we know that we operate regarding melatonin different. The body secrete slow amount of melatonin, and then we have the peak, and then we go down. And when we take the 1 tablet of melatonin, it goes up. Like we we create so much in the very short period of time, and the same is with these supplements. So it's different if we eat all the vegetables, all the if you eat meat, if you're vegetarian, it's fine because you will have you can have protein as well from nuts and seeds and legumes, and you will have all these good vitamins and polyphenols and all these minerals in vegetables, and in the body will know what to do with it, because it has as well fiber. It has as well, carbohydrates, of course, because it's vegetable. All vegetables are carbohydrates. And the body will react different if you have like 5 boxes of supplements and you just eating it in one go. This can really damage them, not damage, but it can really play a big role if you want to detoxify the liver, because it can sometimes, not every time, sometimes can be really helpful to have supplements, but sometimes can as well, for some people can cause more kind of burden to the liver, because the liver just want to have a break, like, oh, like get me just, I don't want to work so hard because I'm already working so hard, if you know what I mean. So it's just in general, we just have to really use common sense. And I see people that like sometimes they're really using so much supplements because they want to get better, but it's not always the good place to start. We have to just take off everything, and then start with adding one at a time. I'm not very good with supplements. I still believe that we have to supplement something. So important, I think, will be the sometimes we have to check first when you want to, for example, do the omega-3 fatty acids or the vitamin D, which I think are absolutely crucial to check before you start supplementing. And then the multivitamins, and that's possible as well, but I would not overdo too much. The bivitamins, you better off to have spirulina or chlorella, which is a better source than manufacturally produced in the tablets. So that was for today. I hope it was helpful. and what's happening in the chat. Sarah, oh, thank you for being so open. You truly give me hope. Yes, I want to give you hope, because I want to give you more than hope, but hope is something that, sometimes people have only hope. So we have to have a hope, because that will bring us kind of into this better place. Antonia saying, thank you for being so honest and supportive. Thank you, Antonia, to being here. Okay, so thank you for that. I hope it was helpful today. Tomorrow it will be more. I will give you some more tips that you can start doing from today. And those who are joining the program, I'm really excited. Really, it will be a lot of fun. You will learn a ton. It will be not, that's why I don't believe in this, because I did it myself, and I was actually with my other, when I started actually with the metabolic health, I first did a 30-day program. And of course you learn a lot, but you don't implement it, nothing happens. I say, okay, so that doesn't work. Then I did 7-week program. People, I see that if I join somewhere 7-week program, I see that people like week 4 and you just exhausted. It's like, okay, 3 week more. And that was just so much information in such a short period of time. We cannot just like check out from our normal life and just do that. That's why I create something like we come together only 1 day a week. You can watch all the recordings in your spare time, but I will be with you like this once a week. So we will have this time together, so I can hold you accountable. We will, if you slip, I will bring you back. I will give you as much love as I can, because I believe that compassion can heal. And so I will do that, of course. And you will learn so much that you will not regret a 1 minute that you are there. And of course, the price is, as I said, is like a coffee every day. You invest a coffee every day, 380, which is the 120 a month, monthly, and it's 4 months. Because last year I ran the first group program, and it was 7 months. And all people improved in month 4. So I said, okay, well, you can finish the thing, but watching it. But I think 4 months is kind of about, if it's not complicated cases. The group was very small, so if I have a bigger group, I don't know, but usually it's gut health, it's a liver health, and it's a little bit of mindset. The mindset, I think, is the longest, because if we everything have so as I told you, everything goes from the top down. But if you have gut health, it is still is gut-brain connection, but you will not, how should I say this? You will not make such a big decisions in life if you have bad gut health, because you can heal the gut pretty, within few months. But if you have to change your life, how you live, what are your friendships, this takes some courage, and that takes some time. So that's why that's the hardest journey. And I did that myself too. That's why it took me 10 months, because as I told you, I did family constellation. I had to build my boundaries. I have to be more confident, because if we're not confident, we cannot heal. And so I have to really surrender everything to this belief that I have the healing capacity, and then I could see the way through it. But in the beginning of my journey, this 12 years, where I didn't believe I can heal. I thought I ended up with this face and just having some makeup to cover it. So I hope it was helpful today. Do you know about chaga? Of course, chaga is good. So again, I would be very careful supplementing and putting things in place when we don't know even triggers and so on. But I love chaga. I drink chaga. I even put chaga on my oatmeal. So I have a few minutes left. I tell you one story, which is really funny. So during COVID, I was doing sometimes I do oatmeal, not every time, because we know that oatmeal spike the blood sugar. I'll talk about it tomorrow, because many of you having oatmeal, and that may be the thing, that oatmeal is good, but not maybe when we are in this healing phase. So all these little nuances are really key. And so chaga, I have this powder because in Maine I always buy chaga, which is a great place. There was some ladies selling it. And I have a powder because I just kind of blend it at home, which is really hard because it's really like very, it's like a rock. And then my daughter, she's saying, Mommy, you're putting mushrooms on your on your porridge. I said, oh, really? So I start doing that because it tastes kind of good. And so I was putting it in my everywhere, in my smoothies. And I know I can tolerate it now, but it's high in antioxidant. It's really good for immune system. Chaga is very good. But again, I mean, it's very difficult to say if it's good for you now or not. I definitely can't give you answer on that, but generally chaga is excellent. Mindy, thank you for honoring. Oh, Mindy, thank you. I really, I really put my heart into this. You know, because I know how much people are in pain and they're not enjoying life fully, and I want to change this. And so that's why, that's why I'm doing this. I hope you can feel it for me, that it's really, I put my heart into it, that it's not just like transaction. Okay, good. Thank you, Shannon. All right. So this is for today, and I will see you again tomorrow. If some of you still kind of thinking of the program, just really send me email. We can figure it out if it's good for you or not. I will not put you in if I think I can't help you. I can tell you very openly. We will have conversation and say, yes, I can help. You have chance to heal. If I see that I cannot help you, I will not sign up for the program for sure. But anyway, I want to help everyone, of course, if I know I can. So don't hesitate. You don't lose anything. Just have a conversation with me. And I'm really excited to see you tomorrow again. Take care of yourself.